Afternoon, everyone. Welcome to ERL's GT Am Championship. Two things. Firstly, I'm on my own today, so it's been a while, so I may struggle, but I'll do my best. And secondly, I have really bad hay fever, so I apologise in advance for any sniffling you may hear during the stream. We're at it's round 5 this time. It's Am class, and we are at Road Atlanta. We'll quickly fly through the grid, and then we'll get going. So we have Revs on pole, with Zorro J in P2, Shippo in P3, Bluebeard P4, Smack in P5, Esme in P6, Mufasa, one of the reserve drivers, in P7, Dave in P8, Tom in P9, Bibby P10, Charles in P11, LeChick in P12, and another new driver, Lobas in P13, Morgan P14, and that's it. So without further ado, we'll get this race underway. We're off. Now this track I know is very difficult for the first couple of corners when everyone's really close. Revs and Jay side by side into turn 1. They managed to make it through. So does everyone at the looks of it. Mufasa making up a position on Tom. This section in the middle here, this S section, really tricky, especially at the beginning of the lap. Everyone's so close. We've got a couple of incidents in some of the other tiers through there. All the Am drivers seem to make it through. Everyone's through cleanly. Oh, we've got another change for position as Shippo's managed to get himself into P2. Bluebeard in hot pursuit. And then a little group of cars here with Smack in there at the helm of it. I think we'll be able to get a good view of this from Tom's POV. He's got Stork on the outside. Very close and tight through that chicane there. I think Esme's relatively close behind as well. Turn 1 on this track is a really fast sweeping right hander, but if you get it wrong and hit that curb or the gravel, not gravel, grass, there is barriers all along the outside edge which will destroy your car. Will run heavy damage, so you'll be in the pits. You will not be able to race with that. Mufasa doing well to hold off our round 1 champion Bibby. Another thing we need to look at is the tyres everyone's chose. So Rev's currently in the lead on mediums, Shippo also on mediums, Bluebeard behind on softs. So this is a mandatory compound race, so you have to use the mediums and the softs. Zara in P4 on mediums, Smack in P5 on mediums, Mufasa P6 on mediums, Bibby on softs, Charles on softs, Tom on mediums, Esme on softs, Morgan on mediums, Dave on softs, the Chick on mediums, and Lobas on softs. Which, to be fair, it's quite a diverse sort of group here in terms of strategy. So the Am drivers run a slightly shorter race to get them ready for the winners to get into the GT class. So they shouldn't need to worry about fuel too much. But tyre around here is pretty heavy. Bluebeard pushing Shippo through this middle section here. All the time these guys are battling, Zorro is catching. Bluebeard pulls to the inside. Shippo's holding it around the outside. Now that soft tyre of Bluebeard has made that quite easy. Doesn't get past, but it has put Shippo in the slipstream down this relatively long back straight. So all the favour be returned into the chicane. Shippo choosing the outside, which will be the inside for the second part of the corner. Not able to pull that off. And then last two moves, just put Zorro right on the back of him. And allowed Revs to create an even bigger gap at the front. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get this stream out before our Driver of the Week vote closed, but our Driver of the Week was Zorro, so we'll keep an eye on him. So far, he's had a good race. As he just fell back at the beginning to get back up into P4. Mufasa now back past, well, past Smack, round the outside. And Smack falling back towards the clutches of Bibby. Again on them soft tyres, so he should be able to outbrake the Porsche driver until they wear. Also, one of the things that I found in this race was the tyre difference wasn't that great after a few laps. So like, the softs are obviously the faster tyre, they're faster for the first 2-3 laps, but after that they seem to keep pace with the mediums quite well, so you need to make advantage of as much as you can. Mufasa gets a penalty. Didn't quite see how long it was, but he's now dropped from P5 all the way down to P8. A couple of cars trailing off the back. Just check what's going on at the back of the field. Morgan's had a great start as well, P13 up to P11. There's the Chick Hound in the back of him and Dave not too far away. His Bruce car. Morgan flashing his lights as he goes through turn one. His chrome liveried McLaren, just to put everyone off as much as they can. And you can see what happens as well, even at the rear of the field, at the fighting, and the battling, and the people being each other away. Dave's just caught up about a second now. Unfortunately, we don't have the Delta to get an exact time, but he's visibly closer than he was at the beginning. The Chick having a look there for the outside, but nothing quite that on. Bit of a wobble on exits, might give Dave a run on the Chick. Chick's forcing Dave all the way around. Haj is too busy 1v1ing everyone, Dad, to be involved in the AM race today. So, no order. Oh, Zoe has managed to get himself past Shippo throughout the first sections of this race. Sectors of this lap as well. Smack is still able to hold off Bibby as well. The main overtaking position, place on this sort of circuit is the two right-handers at the end of this straight that we'll see Smack going towards now. The chicane at the end and turn one. That's where we're looking for most of the moves. Thankfully, Dad Harsh won't be able to see these comments back, so we'll hear no noise of it in the staff room. Where's our closest cars on track? I mean, the grid's still pretty close, to be fair. Bassett catching back up to the pack after his penalty. We'll catch up to Charles. Another driver who's had a good race to that this season. Week. Up into P8. Fast is going to get on the inside. He leaves plenty of room. Charles on the outside, yes he does. Gets the move done. Now we can go back and hunt down Bibby and Smack back to the positions that he was in at the beginning of the race. these three are still going at it as well. Morgan leading the pack. Oh, incident there, I think, between LeChick and Dave as LeChick is waiting. Fortunately, that has given Dave front bumper damage. The only benefit, I suppose, for that is Dave is on the soft tyre, so he will be pitting earlier than others, so it shouldn't impact his race too badly. Good sportsmanship there, though, shown by LeChick, not just taking the position and waiting for the person he caused contact with. And that has allowed Morgan a good bit of breathing space to drive into. Tom looking visibly closer to Charles this lap, and Esme closer to him. Esme on the soft tyres, so again another driver that will be in the pits much sooner than the medium runners ahead. Smack getting visibly closer to Shippo now as well. Last lap 6/10 quicker than Shippo. As I say, catching is one thing, overtaking is another. Let's see what Smack can do around Road Atlanta. Here he is, he's in the slipstream of the Lambo. I don't know if this is close enough, so we'll find out by the time it's to the chicane. No, not quite enough. That Lambo was very fast on the straights, though, to be fair. Kind of got a little split in the pack now from behind Mufasa back to Charles. Tom and Esme closing in. These two back together again. LeChick's managed to get himself back past Dave, but with that front aero damage, Dave will be struggling down the straights at the moment. Revs here, commanding lead at the moment, drove away. Avoided any carnage at the beginning. Just needs to keep it steady and bring it home, looks like at the moment. Bluebeard again, another good drive from him. Slowly looking to reel in revs, but he's already on the faster compounder tyre, so we'll have to switch for the mediums. Zorro, Jay, Shippo, Smack and Bibby now all closing up, and Mufasa's not far behind. Only a 10th in the last lap between Shippo and Smack, but he's still ever closer to his arch nemesis, his rival within the ERL, Shippo. I think it's fair to say if Shippo didn't have bad luck, he wouldn't have no luck at all this season. He's had a bit of a rough run of it, but I know this is a track he's particularly familiar with, so let's see what he can do here. He'll be protected from Smack down this straight with the Lambo's top speed, though that Lambo is extremely fast in the straight line. Another car that is very fast is the McLaren of Bibby behind. Bumper to bumper, will Smack try and move into turn one? No, Shippo covers the inside, driving in the middle of the track, making this as difficult as he can for Smack to get past. And then this section of the track here is kind of single file. It's really hard to make a pass without the car in front making a mistake. There's just nowhere to go. There's one line through these FDS section here. Again, all this battling, the fastest getting closer and closer each lap, each go round. Shippo just needs to be careful not to start defending fresh air because he's got a lot of cars queuing up behind him at the moment. Shippo straight to the inside. Not leaving any gaps there for Smack to get through. It looks like Smack has a bit more pace, but as I said, catching's one thing, it passes something else. Shippo's doing a great job of defending at the moment. He is losing touch with the cars ahead of him. But I think for this race we had top 4 go through. So he's doing enough. No gain this lap from the faster, but be a little bit faster. He's on the soft tyres, though, so we'll be again in before the rest of the guys. Tom and Esme still circulating the track together, relatively close in pace. Okay, Esme's tyres though, so she will be in the pit soon. I think for the AM race it's definitely a one stop. It was extremely marginal in the GT and Pro race. A couple of drivers did try it. Paid off on the on the rare occasion, but didn't seem the fastest of all strategies. Morgan's still got a good lead over the Chick and Dave after their incidents. Charles has pitted off of his softs now, so he's the first to go into the pits driving around on new mediums. I think he must have fueled as well actually, yeah, so he's fueled as well. So you do need fuel in this. I think for now, if you want to watch some battling, we need to go back to these drivers here. But Fast has managed to get himself past Bibby as well. It'll be a bit of a slow lap last lap, maybe made a little incident, a little mistake. He is on them worn soft tyres. We'll try a penalty as well, look in the background of that photo. We've also got Jay and Bluebeard very close now. Bluebeard's tyres really poor. He's hit that cliff. Zara goes to look for the inside. Gets the move done into turn 1. As I say, one of the more popular of the overtaking places around this track. Oh, that looked like a bit of a cut there from Bluebeard. Yeah, 1 second penalty for him. I think he'll be in this lap. I don't think he'll be able to keep going much longer on them tyres. So I think he'll be in this lap now. He's lost enough time to the medium runners around him. He's extended as long as he can. He may even get jumped by these guys behind at this point. Another driver now just exiting the pits and made their first pit stop. extremely close to Shippo again. Shippo just holding that inside line, not letting Smack go anywhere. This will be frustrating Smack as well. He does not, if he wants to lose to anyone, he definitely won't Shippo. Look, that one defensive move that Shippo's pulled off has brought Mufasa right onto the back of both of them. Yep, as I thought, Bluebeard and Bibby both in this lap. Oh, great one out of that corner there from Mufasa. Surprised he went for the bump there, but obviously working together to keep the race overall time down. Maybe think about catching Zorro. He's a little bit up the road, but it's not an unsurmountable distance. Faster pulls to the inside. Light on the brakes. Gets the move done. We're faster up into 4. And we're faster chasing down Shippo. Faster's very wide into turn 1. Very wide into turn 1. And low pass across the grass. Almost collected him as well. We'll put that down to great awareness. So good gap now between P5 and P6. Tom yet to pit, but he does have damage, so he has had an incident himself. You have Bluebeard, freshly pitted, freshly fueled, slowly going to start driving up to the back of Tom. Morgan up into P8 as well, and again a driver who hasn't pitted, but still very solid drive. Bibby behind in another McLaren. Esme pitted, not too far behind the 2 McLarens ahead. The chick yet to pit, but is circling with some front right suspension damage. I don't think that will hurt him too much around this track, but it's definitely going to help. Stalker Charlie in P12 again. I know they have pitted, so they're now just in a race against the clock. Dave pitted onto mediums, get away from his damage. Let's see what he can recover from this race. We'll keep checking back on him. And Lomas towards the back. There's a couple of back markers here between Revs and Zorro, so be interested to see how quickly Zorro can clear them. And then it's back to these two. Still sharing the exact same piece of tarmac. I also think Bluebeard and Tom have got very close. Right to the first of the right-handers. Nor the second, but he's going to have a lovely slipstream all the way to the chicane. He needs to pass these back markers as quick as he can, make use of that tyre off that he's got against the leading cars. I think he has managed to do that. Yes, he has. But he now should be driving away from Tom, setting his sights on Mufasa ahead, who has yet to pit. Pit stop round here is around 30 something seconds. Probably more, to be fair, depending on how much fuel we need to put in on the AM race. Bit of rinse and repeat here. Smack again, close again in the slipstream, but I don't think he's going to be close enough for a move. Shippo straight across to cover the inside. Also, it's not good, there's nothing illegal there, but I can see it being very frustrating. Smack. Oh, good driving there. It's a good awareness to back out of there. He almost got past Shippo there, but not quite. And again, that battle is just going to bring Mufasa back into this race. These guys have yet to pit yet. So Bluebeard needs. I can't see the Delta to see the difference. Bluebeard's the car that we need to pick up the pace, try and close that gap between as many of these cars as possible. Get a lovely little undercut. Tom overcut, stayed out later than Esme, who was right behind him. And has lost out, so he is now falling all the way back to P11. But he is on the faster tyre, and he's also got cars in front of him that are yet to pit. Shippo in, going for the undercut here, I think, on Smack, and 1 lap earlier than his rival. Nice little group of cars actually down here. I think, yeah, they are back markers, so that is Bibby, no, Morgan and Tom. Morgan with a bit of damage. These guys are brothers as well in real life. So, unlike our Scottish brothers, they seem to be racing quite nice, clean and fair. Oh, that's a 3-second penalty there for Morgan. Cut the pit entry line on the way in. Now we have Tom honing in on a chick. The chick's still yet to pit, still got that damage. I think his car would be able to do 12 laps, and maybe he'll be in this lap. From cars at the front, we have Zorro in. This pit lane is just deceivingly long as well. That drives to the exit and then all the way up here. It's safe from Bluebeard and Shippo though, so at least he hasn't got to worry about being overtaken whilst he goes through the warm-up phase on these soft tyres. Now he's pulled the trigger earlier than all of the cars ahead of him, in fact, so he needs to get his foot down and make as much time as he possibly can. See if he can get an undercut to work on Revs. I think it might be a little bit of a tall order with Revs' pace this evening, but he's now on the faster compounder tyres, less fuel. So let's see what Simon can do. In fact, what we all do, as he did win our driver of the week, we'll sit on board in cockpit view for a lap. We'll try our best to talk you through the circuit of Road Atlanta. So he's about to start a fast lap. Comes around the final corner, hits the start finish line. Keeps the car positioned to the left as he takes any service road. A little tiny bit. Sweeping fast right-hander for turn 1. Runs the car out wide. Turns in nice and early for the next right-hander. Takes loads of curb there. He needs to take quite a bit of curb. And then for this tricky S section. Hitting your points, hitting your marks, navigating your way through. Again, little minor braking zones. The left-hander at the top of the hill. Being careful not to run it too wide. Another tricky section of the track. These two cambered right-handers. The slowest corners on the track probably. He gets that done beautifully. He's now in Lobas's slipstream as he comes down the back straight. First real chance in this lap you get to breathe, because the rest of the corners quite so fast. Didn't even have a chance to explain them properly. And he is up. There's a 10th on his fastest lap. Brakes just after the board on the right hand side. A little bit wide of the apex there. Good run on the exit in the second part of the chicane though. Round in the final corner. And there we have it. A lap by Zara Joe. Shippo has managed to jump me faster quite a bit. There's quite a considerable distance between the two Lamborghini drivers. Bluebeard still just slightly out of reach of Shippo, but he will have to. Oh no, Bluebeard already has pit, didn't he? He pit at the beginning, so on softs. So he's in a net P4 actually. That's a great little drive from him. Zara getting a free slipstream here off one of the cars with blue flags. Oh, he had a penalty. Morgan had a good start to this race, got himself quite far off the grid. Now we have smacking. So this is what's interesting, is these two were locked in a battle before the pit window. Who will come out ahead? Shippo sets the fastest lap of the race. He's got some slipstream off Bluebeard, so he's catching. Rounds the first corner and smacks just leaving the pits. He gets jumped by not only Shippo but Mufasa as well. It'll take a couple of laps for these three cars to converge on each other again, I'd imagine. Have we got any close battling at the moment? We did, but the chick has just took himself into the pit and let Stalker back through. I think we're in the same position. Our battles, 4-track position on this race are between Smack, Shippo and Mufasa at the moment. Bluebeard is slowly coming back to Shippo though. One of the new Lambo drivers going through the training regime left by Panda. There is nothing to win in a Constructors' Championship, but nevertheless these guys like to battle and race and win anything, so Shippo with a really good gap here to the rest of the cars around him. Mufasa and Smack navigating the chick as a back marker very, very tactfully there in that S section of the track. Smack right on the back now, Mufasa on them fresh softs. much closer than he has been to Shippo. There's every chance here we'll be seeing a move or a change of position. Mufasa trying to copy Shippo here, takes a line in the middle of the track to make this as hard as he can for Smack. Still ahead as he comes to the next braking zone. Still very, very, very close. Got a second chance now into turn one. Smack tucked up right on the rear wing of that Lambo. Nothing happening there into turn one. Esme with a good drive up to P7, nice big gap from Bibi behind. Sorry, I'm just trying to get as many of the, as much as everyone in the stream as I can, but I think we owe it to these guys in the mid pack between 3 and 6. Stay on them as they are very close at the moment. Smack again on the back of Mufasa. I don't know if Smack should try and build a bit of a bigger gap into that chicane, because it keeps seeming to get caught on exit. He keeps being able to put the power down so much quicker than that Lambo, and then he's got nowhere to go. He loses a load of momentum again. So maybe that's something for Smack to think about in the next few laps. We haven't got many laps left, down to the last 5. We have also got Esme and Bibi very close together. However, Bibi does have the considerably fresher tyres in the 2 cars. Ooh, back marker's gone wide. Careful of his rejoin. No, he leaves space. That's good. It's good to see. He's lost a bit of time there with that car on the outside of the second right-hander. I actually don't think I remember who's won this race. I mean, I can guess, but I don't think I've looked at the provisional results page in the Discord. Oh, Smack is really close now. He's there. He's on the inside of Mufasa. Gets that job done. As I said, that Porsche seems to have such good drive out of that last corner. Several laps now with Smack hasn't had any clean air to drive into, so let's see what he can do whilst there's that little bit of a gap to Bluebeard. Again, we missed another overtake of Shippo getting past as well. Smack already catching Bluebeard on these tyres. Bluebeard on very warm mediums at the moment. Everyone around him on softs. Are we any closer to this lap? Are we going to see a move? Probably not. Norby's moving faster. Tom, P9, he pitted. I mean, his car is the best on softs, and I didn't think he'd be too late, but his front left is hurting him. 2 times there within 100th as well, so one of the things I think Tom's been working on a lot is his consistency, and it looks to be paying off. Speed will come after you have the consistency. The chick, he had a very good start to this race, albeit with a slight incident. He's fallen all the way down to P12, slowly looking to reel in Low Bass. We have Stalker Charlotte P13. I think they may have pitted again as they have fresh softs on. Yep, they did a 2:04 on lap 26. And we have Morgan at the back. Oh, what a time to flick onto him there. Runs deep, this is what I mean about turn 1. Somehow manages to escape damage from that as well, which is an absolute miracle. But yeah, turn 1, if you run wide through turn 1, it's so difficult to keep the car pointing in the same line, in direction should I say. Bluebeard losing 2 positions, potentially losing a 3rd. Very aggressive move there from Mufasa trying to get past Bluebeard. Next move, known at least Bluebeard. Bluebeard, I mean his tyres are worse than the soft guys' tyres behind, so he's definitely on the back foot here, this section of the race. Smack dropping into the low 119s, now he's got no traffic ahead, but he has met the driver that was holding him up for the last, I don't know, 13, 14, 15 laps in Shippo. Let's see if he's close enough for a move at the end of this straight. Use this camera. No, still not close enough. That Lamborghini is extremely good on the brakes and fast in the straight line. This lap. Oh, that's close. This is not where Smack wants to be. Oh, bit of contact, and no, Shippo goes round, collects Bluebeard in the process as well. So not only does Shippo lose his P3, Bluebeard loses his P4. He loses a position as well, as Mufasa manages to get himself past. So Mufasa now in the hunt, looking to see if he can capitalise on that. If Smack has any damage, which he does not. That would have extremely annoyed Shippo. He has a big gap to the BMW of Esme behind. However, there is only 1 lap left for these front running cars, and top 4, as I said, go through to the GT race. Unfortunately, we're not in a position to be able to do the stewarding quickly enough live to be added retrospectively, but I understand that doesn't help that incident that we just saw. But yeah, I really can't much more to add to that. So he hasn't had much screen time today. He has got himself into the lead and just absolutely drove away. So there's no cars really close together, I don't think. So we'll stick on with Revs as he comes across the line on his in this race at Road Atlanta. Heading towards the chicane for one last time. Through that last chicane, up to the top of the hill. And that's it. Zorro Jakes, fantastic effort after being shuffled down towards the beginning of the race. Takes home a solid P2. Smack coming across the lines, finishing P3. Oh no, Mufasa went off. Oh, we haven't done this at the moment, but I think we need to see that as a replay. Yeah, definitely went off. And that even lets Bluebeard pass you. Don't quite think that works to solve the issue, but Bluebeard crosses the line P4. Mufasa crossed the line P5. Shippo would have been a P3, had a great drive up until that small incident at the right hand at the top of the hill. Comes across the line in P6. Esma, I don't think what this is attraction, particularly a fan up, which has done a great job at the moment here in P7. Bibby in P8. Tom coming across the line in P9 with no front left tyre as well, so that must have been hurting him. And Dave P10 off the finishers. And then we have the Chick, Lobas, Shaw and Morgan all a lap down. So yeah, there we have it. There's the stream. We will be back on Sunday with round 6, which is in Tokyo. First time we've been there in ERL, especially in the Group 3 cars. So I hope that will be fun. We will see. It is GT's version of Monaco with all the walls so close. So let's see how that goes. And we'll bring you the AM and Sprint stream at some point during the week for that as well. So thank you for listening. Apologies if there was any big gaps. One, it was because I was trying to mute from sniffling, and two, being on my own is a little bit more difficult than being joined by some of the other guys. But I hope you enjoyed that watch, and thank you all for joining us. I'll see you next time.